Hey, I just want to talk about a little bit about my setup that I'm going to have in my truck. Especially the electrical type setup, because I'm gonna have a lot of stuff I'm gonna have to charge. And it was really convenient to have just a constant power source to charge with, even when the truck's off. So I conveniently had a giant power station that I bought, and I'm kid you not, I don't know why I bought it. Originally, I kind of told myself that I was getting it in case I had a power outage at the house, and I could run certain things. I could keep my internet router running and stuff like that. Because as long as it has power, and the signal coming in is still there, even if I don't have power to the house. So if I have power to the router, then I can still have internet. It'd just be a matter of convenience because I have internet on my phone at all times anyway. So even if I have a power outage, but I mean, the one I got, it would run a heater. It would basically run your place for a day or two if you didn't go crazy with it. I mean, if you run it will run a microwave, which is impressive. It's a DJI Power 1000. I got a really good deal on it when I bought it. Still don't know why I bought it, except for it was a good deal. It was cool. I thought I might need it for some unspecified reason. Comes to find out I needed it for exactly this thing that I'm doing now. And it was like a blueprint in my subconscious that says you need this power station, you need this much power, and you need this much power station. And yeah, I don't know, it's very weird, and I might go into it later on about how things have been coming together over the course of a very long period of time. But anyway, I don't know what's going on, but I mean, I'm gonna ride as long as I can. Anyway, I got about the setup. So I have a power station. I can't really show it to you, but it's a DJI Power 1000. I think it's around 1,024 watt hours of power, and it puts out like 2,000 watts peak, I think. It's good. It's got several, kind of like 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB ports, USB-A ports, and a couple of plugs, AC plugs. No 12 volt like a socket plug. What's up with that? You really need one of those because you have to convert AC to freaking 12 volt. It's like you have to run the inverter and then put a adapter on it, and then you have to find one that has high wattage, because most of the ones you get are like really low wattage and you can't really run anything with them, like an air compressor or something like that. Like it doesn't have enough wattage. But I kind of researched it, and I'm going to see if I can make one. Got the components off Amazon, and I'm gonna try and make one. This is basically like a box. You hook one end of it into AC and you plug it into a wall, and you plug it into the box, and then it comes from the box. It comes out 12 volt, and it's 180 watts. So that'll run a lot of a 12 volt air compressor and stuff like that. It'll definitely run that. Or so a light bank. Because I'm going to make a light bank to put up on the mast sometimes if I need lights for whatever reason for the area, and I'm not using the mast to film with, I can use it for lights. I got some lights in the light bar, to a couple of light bars. One of them's got yellow lights on it, because I heard that it keeps bugs away, or bugs aren't attracted to it. So I got some yellow ones too, so I can switch back and forth from white to yellow. If I need them. I guess I'll set in the box. I'm gonna make the mounts anyway if I don't ever need them. I got it in my head the way I'm gonna do it. No if it's gonna work. That's the only problem. What I'm gonna make them out of is plastic. Everything I'm gonna make is made out of plastic. The mast that I'm gonna make to put my camera up on is gonna be plastic. Some really rigid, hard plastic, strong plastic, but still plastic. As strong as I can make it, and it still be kind of light and not attractive to lightning. That's what I was mainly worried. If it hadn't been for me being worried about lightning, I would just make it out of metal. It would have been easier and cheaper and stronger. Probably not that much heavier, because I took a piece of pipe that was 1.5 inches, and then put a piece of 1 inch inside of it. That's the next size down that would fit inside of it. There was still a gap, so I took spray foam, like you use on construction, to fill gaps and stuff, or insulation, fill in holes, stuff like that. It expands, so I thought it would be good to spray it inside the pipe, and it would fill the gap between one pipe and the other one, and then it would, stiffen up when it hardened up. It would be stiff. I didn't realize it was semi, you could take a piece of it in your hand, crush it and squeeze it. So it's not rigidly hard. So I don't even know if that will even affect the rigidness or not, in one way or the other. I don't know if it'll make it stronger. No, I'm sure it won't make it weaker. It'll just make it heavier. I guess the weight of the foam. But I don't think it's giving it any structural strength. But then again, I will find out. I'm making this out of my head. I ain't wrote most of this down. I just decided I was going to make 4-foot sections of mast and make it at least 20 feet tall. So I made 5 pieces. I got unions. Anybody that's familiar with plumbing at all, I use Schedule 40 pipe, but I'm using Schedule 80 unions. So the unions are even stronger than the pipe, which I was told by ChatGPT that the unions were going to be a weak point anyway. From the wind moving the mast back and forth, that the unions were going to be a weak point, and that it was going to break at the unions. I'm like, that's crazy. ChatGPT has me convinced that it'll happen, but if I can keep the mast from moving, it's a moot point anyway. If I can secure it to the ground or to the truck in such a way that the pole itself won't move. Maybe if it's secured to the truck will move, and it'll move with it. But or I can just secure it to the ground from the truck. I've got cables and stuff that I can tether it to the ground or to the truck. I just got to make the cables. I got to get the cables ready. I have to put loop ends on them, and I got some carabiners I put on them. Got to make them to length. I got to make some to length, and then I got to make some extensions in case I want to put them in the ground. Like I'm putting them on bars on the truck. They fit through the hitch, and they're just attached to the end of the cables. But if I want to attach them to the ground, I got to put extensions on them that extend each cable out. I sort of go in the ground, and I got spikes too, and a hammer, big ass hammer, like a 4-pound hammer, but you can hold it. I only had a 2-pound hammer, and I was like, I don't know, I don't want a sledgehammer, but I wanted something I could hold in one hand and just barely be able to swing. And the 4-pound one was, I don't even know if that's too much. It might be too much. I don't know, for me, because I'm old as hell, and I'm sickly, and I have a hole in my gut, so swinging a giant hammer might be not good. How big is a sledgehammer head? Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I got the power bank. It's so hard to explain the convoluted thing I'm doing in the truck with the electrical system. I may not have time because I just pulled up at the store. Probably, I don't know how long I've been here and how long this video's been. Because when I talk, I don't. But let me get back to it. I'm just going to do like a part 2. when I get ready to go, or when I get another chance to talk. Okay, so just stick around for just like a little bit, and I'll make one probably before the night's over. Thanks.